Hey there! I get emails time to time, actually quite often, asking for business advice. I'm starting my own painting service, I'm starting my own game shop, or more rarely, I'm starting a business of any kind. So, this video is to give some general advice. Number one is look at your assets going in. Your assets can be your time. So what kind of time do you have to devote to a new business? Typically it's 40 to 60 hours a week. You can also look at material resources like do you have kit? Do you have physical things needed for your business? For a painting service, for example, you need paints and brushes. Expertise. You don't necessarily need expertise running a business, but you do need disposition, which we'll talk about in just a little bit. And and also you need to look at your financial situation. Are you out of debt? Do you have obligations? I personally believe, that you have to really decide what is your motivation, what's driving you. Do you want to make a better life for your family, or do you want to impact the community positively? You have to look at what those things are that are going to see you through the hard times. Owning your own business, I don't think anybody gets by without paying their dues. You are going to pay dues. And that's why most businesses fail. It's not an external force, it's an internal force. Can you keep your head in the game? That leads me to my next thing, is you have to keep your head in the game. That means no video games for you. And you might think, oh no, I don't play that much. Doesn't matter. If you're going to start a new business, you need to be laser beam focused on what you're doing. Unless you're starting a video game business, then maybe that's relevant to what you're doing. The next thing is read business books. You've got to read a lot. And I recommend, my three favorite business books are Freedom Incorporated, The E-Myth Revisited, and Les Schwab, Pride and Performance. Those gave me a lot of ideas. And the point is not to look at the business book as a manual. Hold on a second. So the point of reading the business books isn't to look at them like a manual, but it's to look at them like just to get like ideas. And sometimes the ideas will, it won't be directly related to what you're doing, but it will give you something to think about. And now, if you're starting a painting service, well, the first question would be, why would I give you advice? You're going into competition with me. But I don't think that's the nature of the industry, and I don't think that's the nature of the universe. I think if you really do have the right motivations, that there really is plenty to go around. So, but if you're doing a painting service, my recommendation is paint. Be prolific. That's my number one thing. Just keep painting, 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 painting. Paint something every day. You go on a lot of these sites, and they're only producing one or two things a month, and that doesn't even make sense to me. And it takes a long time to build up consumer confidence. My next bit of advice is to not get into debt. Be very careful with your debts. In fact, you really don't need any to get going. You should shoestring it. You should list out the materials that you need and focus in on the materials rather than getting money. There are almost always other businesses going under, and you can pick up things secondhand for 10 to 20 cents on the dollar, sometimes even less than that. And you really need to give that some consideration. And so, all right, well, somebody's here. So, and that really is my main sort of bits of advice going. So I hope that's helpful, and that you, I really wish you the best of luck.